like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love,
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. I finally want to put a real shirt on because I'm like, I can't keep doing reviews in that dang on robe. Okay, then I'm like, this bitch been in her robe all day. But I'm like, I don't put on a regular shirt mainly because I walked past my bedroom. It was like red and white. I'm gonna grab and put this on, just change it up a little bit. Anyway, this is my review for Married to Medicine season 6. Season 6 reunion part 2. Okay, I don't have any pictures of time for real, because we already done seen their looks, and you know nobody's faces look any different or bad or good than they did last time. The reunion was on. Part 1 was like 2 weeks ago, so it was forever ago. Okay, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole J Bird. That sounded horrible, but whatever. I love my J Birds. Also, do not forget to like, comment, and share this video, and to always hit the notification bell because it lets you know when I have a new video. And do not forget to also follow me on IG at J_Lees_Corner. And that is JAY. I might not put that in here because I don't feel like adding it. Anyway. Part 2, I mean, it was good, but I mean, we don't really need 3 parts in my opinion. I mean, I'm assuming part 3 is gonna be more about Quad and Gregory. And then a couple talking. But I'm like, I mean, it really could have been 2 parts, but whatever. I ain't gonna mess with their ad dollars. So we see Mariah and Quad is still yelling at each other. Fuss, yell, holla for $1. And, you know, mainly because Quad is saying that Mariah said that she slept with her brother-in-law. I mean, Mariah is saying that she did it, but Quad is saying that Mariah sold that story or is running the blog or sponsoring the blog website who ran the story because she'll do anything to get at her, blah, 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 blah. The same thing we see at the end of the last reunion. You know, we see Quad call Mariah and saying a cokehead, and we see Mariah like, I don't do cocaine. I don't even smoke hookah. I've never even smoked a cigarette. Like, I don't do that. You know, that nigga, Simone, that is a, that's an accusation, Quad. And it is. It is absolutely an accusation. I wouldn't have said that now, you know what I'm saying? Because that's like definition of character. Anyway, from there, we see when Mariah said, you're not even married to medicine, my love. And I'm like, well, we don't care. We really don't care at that point in time. And we see as they're going back and forth, and it was getting heated. We didn't look up. And we see, because Ann like, well, calm down, or whatever. You know, blah, 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 blah. And we see Aiden, who was now came out, but he's like behind the cameras. Like he's out with the crew, but he's watching what's going on. Who was it? Heavenly then say, well, y'all need to watch Aiden because he over there. What he doing out here? Why he out here? And the Quad, not Quad. Mariah say, my husband can come out here and see about me. Like, he can absolutely do that. Well, he's signaling this stuff to Quad, and you say, we need. I'm like, first of all, Aiden ain't bit more than the man on the moon gonna come out there and attack Quad. Even if he pissed off at you, Quad, and everybody else, Aiden not gonna come out there and do anything. He might get mad and yell or whatever when he with his wife, but he ain't gonna put his. I'm like, when Heavenly said, I'm like, girl, that's like saying, watch out, Damon right there, because we've seen Damon get just as mad as Aiden has, even though Damon is a gentle giant. I mean, I'm like, girl, whatever. They take a little break or whatever. We do see Aiden's pissed off. Calm down, Aiden, calm down, whatever. I paid her bills. She was homeless, sleeping in a car. She has the nerve to come in my family. I'm guessing he was mad that Quad said that Mariah was a cokehead. And so that's why he was very upset. And then saying, you know, we did all this for her before she was in the position she's in now. And so why would she say something so slanderous? And I don't think Mariah's a cokehead, even though we never know who do coke. I don't think she doing coke though. I just don't. I feel like Mariah is too uppity to do coke. I feel like she would look down on somebody who did coke in one way or the other. So I don't see her doing that, but I can see Quad saying it to piss her off. We also see Toya, Jackie, and Simone talking, and Toya saying like, Quad and Heavenly are basically bulldogging, or no, pit bulling, bulldogging, pit bulling and double teaming Mariah. They tag team. They're like, I'm saying, you get it, I get it. And I said that my last review. I said clearly Quad and Heavenly had a conversation like we're gonna be together. Whoever I'm going at, you go at them too. And that's if I disagree, you disagree too. If I agree, you agree too. They clearly have an alliance. Y'all don't want a prize, but it is what it is. Anyway, we see backstage, saying, not backstage, back on stage, Andy was asking, well, who believes that Mariah has receipts on Damon? Of course, nobody believes it. No one believes it. I don't even know why she said that, but I guess it was just in the moments. It was in the moment. We do see Toya say, I haven't seen them, but she's told me things she's heard. And I think Mariah always only had something that someone told her. I don't think Mariah had no text from Damon to no chick, no pictures of Damon with no chick or nothing. I think quiet. I think Mariah only had something someone may have said to her just to be some hater ass shit, but no one really believes it or whatever. We do see Mariah saying how, I'm saying, well, I would never make up a lie about Damon, but I did say these things about Damon. And I'm like, somebody told her some bullshit and she ran with it. But she said, I didn't do anything different than what anybody else here has done. Meaning, they hear something and they say, I know this. I know. I agree with her on that. But we know she ain't got no goddamn facts. Okay, we know she ain't got no receipts, no invoices, no payroll, nothing. She don't have nothing. Okay, she ain't no tax returns. Well, none of us getting tax return yet shit. But again, who cares? We do see, Andy asks Heavenly, why do you keep, saying your mama to Mariah when it kind of aggravates her? And she's like, well, it's just a habit or whatever. I just, I haven't changed or whatever. It's just like a funny. And she said, well, no, because you was able to stop calling Contessa Tessa. And then she said, well, because I have respect for her. I respect. I think she's a great person, whatever. You're like, oh, so you don't have any respect for Mariah? And then she was like, no, I don't. And I was like, oh. Well, okay. Anyway, they bring up the whole broken glass thing when, Mariah broke the glass and was like trying to shake. Heavenly. We see, she says how she didn't mean to do it, but it was so wrong for her to do it. She also thinks the glass there was really, really cheap, but she still did say I was wrong for that and I shouldn't have done it. Okay, but we see Simone also say she don't believe that Mariah was really going to stab Heavenly at all. She said, I believe it was an action that happened and she felt like she was going to do whatever to get Heavenly up off her case this season because Heavenly was always on her case. And Heavenly was. Heavenly and Mariah be going back and forth on some ruthless shit at all times. The same way that we say that Mariah was wrong for the glass, which she absolutely was, Heavenly and her actions sometimes be wrong too. So two wrongs don't make it right. Two wrong don't even make a left. Two wrongs make everybody wrong. Okay, so can we please move on from the bullshit? They both say how they both gonna move on and stop be bickering with each other. I don't believe it. Even though they said, yeah, because now our husband's getting involved. And, when the husband get involved, that's team too much and we don't want that to happen. But y'all at the reunion beefing. Anyway, we see they answer a couple questions from the viewers. I didn't much really care. But the one question where they was doing the impersonations of each other and they was all laughing about it now. And I'm like, okay, that's cute. And, we see how Heavenly said, the imitation that Simone did was spot on. Contessa laughed about how she was done or whatever. Cute. When they get to Toya and she said, well, I don't know. Bobby was trying to seem like I'm out here bragging about money. I don't brag about money or whatever. I'm saying, I don't need to brag about money. I look like money. I said, do you? If you, girl, look, Toya looked like new money. Okay, Toya looked like Toya looks like I get $1,000 in food stamps money. Okay, she looks like, you know what I'm saying, I want a tax return. I got 4 kids. I got tax baller money. That's what Toya don't look like. Money. Toya don't look like Kelly Rowland money. Toya don't look like Sandra Bullock money. Toya don't look like Beyonce money. Toya don't look like I'm 100,000 money. Toya looks like new money. Like we got some money now. I'm gonna go buy a whole bunch of designer stuff and put it all on at the same time. Again, she looks like she gets $1,000 in food stamps and she balling. Okay, a tax baller is what she looks like. Toya sometimes don't even look right. Anyway, they then ask about the whole. No, they take a break. And then we see Greg comes in. Greg gets there. He goes in with the other guys or whatever. And like, oh, Greg, hey, Greg. All that. Okay. He brings up how he and Quad have not spoken at all since the day she moved out. Okay. So we have not talked about, we have not, been in the same room or whatever. We haven't had a conversation between the two of us. I'm guessing lawyers have had conversations, but they have not. He says, I know that she gonna try to play innocent. I know she's gonna try to play it like, saying she's innocent. She had, she do anything wrong, and I'm a cheater. He said, "While I'm wrong for what I did, he said I know I'm wrong for what I did, so that part is true. But she not innocent. Like he was saying something like I wasn't getting what I was needing. Saying we have been together all these years, and she still wouldn't give me a family. So." He's saying in one breath, yes, I was wrong for what I did, but it's the reasons as to why I did it. But that don't make it right. But she can't make it seem as if she didn't do anything wrong in the whole marriage. I agree with Greg. Greg, you a piece of shit for cheating. You're a piece of shit for going to the hotel room with that lady. That's absolutely true. However, he was acting out based on years of not getting what he think he needed from his wife. And what he should have did was leave his wife. What he should have did was just divorce his wife. What he should not have done was went to a hotel room with some girl while he was married. Stupid. Anyway, but again, I don't think Quad is innocent. I don't think that at all. So, back on stage, Andy asked Quad if she feels like after the last reunion that her marriage could have been saved. She says no. Okay. She says the relationship had got very, very dark. They were not talking unless they were arguing. It was a bad situation. And, Andy then asked Simone, based on, what her and Cece went through, how did she feel seeing Quad go through, a similar situation where her and her husband was beefing, was, going through issues and then decided to get a divorce. Honey, Simone, I'm like, Simone and Quad is not cool. Simone, like, what I'm saying? Well, me and Quad have been distant for a couple years. That ain't no secret, what I'm saying? I won't meddle in your business. I won't ask you about your business. If the door is open, I'll listen. But other than that, I'm good. Deuces. And I said, well, okay, Simone. Instead of looking really, really pretty in that dress, that ponytail. So, Quad said, when you saw me, you said, well, catch me up. Your demeanor was, you had a nasty or a rude demeanor. And that was your way of asking me about my marriage. And Simone said, no, it wasn't. She said, when I said, catch me up, that was in general. It had nothing to do with your marriage in particular. So, what I'm saying? She said, we have grown apart. So I didn't know nothing about what was going on with you. Period. We hadn't been talking, whatever. So I was saying, catch me up. But she said, I did have a bad attitude because I was just over the bullshit. And I said, well, Simone, you was really pretty pissed off, a girl. It is what it is. Quad, for me, I feel like Quad was like, but you said, I'm like, Quad, you weren't sharing with anybody. Like, not only Simone, like, nobody. So I get what Simone was saying. Like, I felt nothing. Like, that was her situation to go through. We ain't really cool, so I didn't ask her any questions, but I wish you well. Anyway, she then asked Quad if based on the supports and the love that Simone and Cecil got last season at the reunion, did she feel any of that come her way? And she says, no, I did not. I did not feel it at all. You know what I'm saying? They were kind of like, well, whatever. She getting divorced. She getting what she getting. She going through it. Oh, well. And I said, Quad, you a whole lie. A whole lace front, four-headed lie. Okay? Because you didn't allow anyone to be there for you. And it's a thing to where sometimes people don't know you need love because you're acting like you're putting off the appearance of everything is fine. Oh, we're fine. I don't talk about it. We're fine. So I'm like, all right, she fine. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I don't think she was as close with any of the ladies at the time she was going through things with Greg. So I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think, I don't know. Jackie, I know, you know what? I don't care. Because I feel like Quad is always making herself the victim, but not the. Cause she wouldn't use the word victim. I feel like she's always making it out to be like she's getting the least attention or she's getting the least love from whoever else. And she's like, oh well, I just my husband don't my husband cheating on me. I ain't do nothing. My coworker friends don't want to give me your love. Oh well, but I'm like, so you didn't do nothing to make them not love on you, nothing. Jackie, like, look, I didn't support her, but I didn't support her because I didn't see any remorse in Greg. I didn't see, she wasn't happy with him, and what I'm saying. Of course, Greg didn't feel sorry, so I didn't want to support her being in a toxic relationship. And I'm like, we didn't see Curtis being sorry either. We didn't see Curtis being sorry until later on. But people still was supporting your marriage. They didn't want they didn't want you to get divorced. So my thing is, unless she, maybe she was, it's weird because I'm like, what did she see, or were you basing that off of what Quad was telling you? And I feel like Quad sometimes be lying. My dimples be making my little weird spaces on my face. Anyway, I mean, again, I don't think Quad and Gregory need to be together, but I also feel like we really didn't even hear Greg's side at all. Like, Greg was barely on this season, just like with Curtis and Jackie. We didn't hear Curtis' side until the end. So it's just weird for me. Like, people rallied around Jackie and Curtis. People rallied around Simone and Cecil. I feel like people didn't rally around Quad and Gregory because they didn't speak about their issue. So no one knew. Simone and Jackie were open about the issue. So they were able to give them love and what they needed. Quad didn't do that. And that's my opinion. We then see Toya say, like, you know what? My opinion is, I'm saying, I love each of these ladies. Toya being went and said everybody's name except Contessa. Messy bitch. Anyway, and I'm from Detroit, just like she is. She says, I can talk to any of them about whatever. Okay, I can talk to them, I can say whatever, and they gonna give it back to me or whatever, and I can take it. We can't do that with Quad. Say anything we say to Quad, Quad get mad, Quad get defensive, so we can't really love on her or be honest with her in the same way because she different. She don't accept it, and she don't. That's it. We do see Toya bring up how they were talking about Toya's whole thing about if men don't get what they want, they stray. And she kind of doubled down on it and said, I think it's true. This is the reason I agree with Toya. And agreeing with what she said does not mean you are saying it's okay. It just means things can be a fact and not be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, racism is a fact, but it's not okay. Okay? Anyway, she says, I feel like men are different than women. Whereas men will be like, I'm not getting A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And I keep asking her for A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And after so long, if I'm not getting A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, I'm going to go cheat. Whereas women sometimes will put up with not getting what they need before even thinking about cheating. But men are built different. Some, not all. I agree with that. I do think some men cheat for no reason. Some men cheat because they're unhappy. Some men cheat because they dig hard. But some men will really cheat because they feel like they're not getting what they need at home. It does not make it right, but it's a true ass fact, okay? And the reason Gregory went out and cheated was because he felt like his wife was not giving him what he wanted. Now, I think it's because his penis is too small and she probably wasn't horny. But I digress. It's what he did. But again, that does not make it right. But it's a fact that men do that. But, I don't... It's It's unfair, but it's true. I don't even know how else to put it to say it. He then brings up Toya saying how she didn't want Quad coming on couple trips anymore now that she's divorced. And that was a whole kind of split, I ain't gonna say shit decision, because that's how Toya felt. She brings up how, you know what I'm saying, I just don't feel like a single woman should be on a couple trip, because why do I want a single woman around my husband, even if I know her? Like, what's the point of you being here? Honey, Jackie then said, well, I don't agree with that, because if that was, if that was a rule or whatever, I would not have been able to go on Simone and Caesar trip last time. But I'm like, Jackie, you wasn't divorced. You weren't single. Your husband couldn't make it. Um, the way Toya has to word it is different. She has to say, if you married and you come because your husband can't make it, that's one thing. But if you a whole single woman without no husband, you single. Single, single, single. Life. That's different. That's completely different. And I get what she meant. Okay. And I also like how when Heavenly was trying to back up Quiet, well, that ain't true. We know her. Toya said, did your husband have any single friend, any single female friends? And Heavenly was like, no. She said, right. And they then said, if the single person was Lisa Nicole, or they said Lisa Nicole or somebody else from a season before, Heavenly, you wouldn't be okay with having them come as a single woman. You right there? And I'm like, right. You are right. I think what she's saying makes sense to a certain extent. She then said, why would I want you around my husband? Why would I want you around my husband? Well, and when Quad said I can be friends with your husband too. Toya said, no, the fuck you can't. You can't be friends with my husband without me. Ain't gonna happen. And I was like, I get it. I really, really get it. I do. Ooh, I do. Quad kept saying, well, I should come because I can learn something. And I said, what can a single woman learn on a trip with married couples that she couldn't learn while she was a married woman? You were on them trips with your whole husband. What did you not learn? Like, if you can't learn shit as a married woman around married people, how to work through issues to stay married, I don't want your single ass around my husband because you couldn't figure out your own marriage. Don't come around my messing stuff up with your single ideas. Like, no, I'm good. So I get it. I get it. But I also love how Toya said we can take as many girls trips as she want. But I think couples trips should be just couples. Or I feel like if she need to bring someone with her, bring a man with her. He can be single too. He can be gay. I'm not sure. I don't care. What I mean is, she shouldn't be the one single, non-married person. Jackie wasn't divorced. Jackie was married. Her husband couldn't make it. She wasn't a single woman. She was a married woman on a couple trip. Her husband just couldn't make it. Shoot me if you want to. I don't care. Okay. How many fucking you give? 0 times 0. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Anyway, we see the guys come out to talk. And what do we see? Cecil brings up how him and Simone are doing great now and how they're listening to each other and they're hearing each other out. Well, because Simone yells. We see Andy, he thanks Andy for allowing the reunion last year to be like a catalyst for him and Simone to get on better terms, for like letting them have that healing moment after reunion last year. He's like, it's because of that we ended up getting back together. Curtis says how he and Jackie are doing great. Well, better. He said better. And that she's also, getting much better with not being so busy. That's a good thing, too. We see Damon, who said, like, he doesn't know why Mariah came after him and, said he was cheating. He said, I've never done anything to her, so I was hurt that she said that. We see everybody saying, no one thinks of all the guys on the stage that Damon would cheat. They say he's the least likely person to cheat, which I agree with. You know what? I think Damon and Scott. I think Damon and Scott are the two husbands I would never think would cheat. I just wouldn't. Aiden then says, well, Mariah didn't just say that out the blue, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say it for no reason. She was pushed to go there. I don't know what that meant. I don't care either. But they squashed it. So, it ain't no big deal or whatever. We do see Damon say he was embarrassed. Okay, that Heavenly kept bringing up them having sex and how, Daddy like to put it in my mouth. He said, I like to keep our sex life private, so I was very embarrassed, with having her say stuff. I don't think Damon would ever bring up anything. I think if they asked him if him and Heavenly had sex, he would say that's private. We, I don't. I just think he's not the talkative sex person type, which means he's either very very boring in bed or he's extraordinarily freaky in bed. I don't think there's no middle ground with him. I really don't. Um, Greg says how he felt odd or felt weird watching the season with him not being on it, and even when he was showing up for different things or whatever, he says he also felt weird, being around the guys with him not being around much of the season. He said, well, they helped him get through it and, kind of feel like he's still a part of the cast. He also, was that it? Yeah. Because I'm like, wait, what? He also brings up how, because he asked, like, did you think after the reunion last season that you and Quad's marriage could be saved? He said, yes. I did think it can be saved. I wanted to work on my marriage. I love my wife, but things did not work out. But we see Quad back there like, that ain't true. That ain't true. He didn't want that. He don't want this. It's been ugly, very very ugly. I'm like, girl, okay. Andy asked all of them basically if any of them felt like they had to choose between Quad and Greg. Curtis lied. Curtis lied and said no. We didn't choose ties. We loved them both, so there were no sides chosen. Aiden said, well, that's not true. I don't believe that. We did have to make it. We did have to choose. Like, if we have an event, you have to ask who am I going to invite, either Greg or Quad. I can't invite them both, so we did choose sides. We then see Cecil say, well, I don't think it's like you choose sides, but, we do say, like, well, I think maybe Quad will come to this because Greg won't come. So we pick and choose, but we didn't like pick sides. Eugene said, bullshit, that's called picking sides. Okay, you can put it how you want to put it, but we have been picking sides. Like, for the trip, we picked Quad. I was upset that Gregory didn't come because we picked Quad. And then backstage, they're like, well, backstage, I think maybe having asked Quad if they would have invited Gregory, would you have came? Well, I don't know. I don't know. Things are so messy. It's just so messy. I mean, I get this season they didn't invite Greg to stuff. It was first season, they were still going through it. I get that. I do think they could have invited Quad to some stuff and invited Greg to something. I think if you just invited Quad to something, the next thing, invite him. Let him be there. Because my thing is, you want both couples, the ladies and the husbands, to be able to get ample time with both people. Because you can't expect your husband to disown his friend because the wife got divorced, the same way the wives would not want their husband to want them to defriend Quad. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they both should be able to be around for events. Like, don't always choose Quad. And Quad should know some things. Greg might be here, and you need to either one, be okay with him being here, or two, just don't show up. And Greg should be the same way. Greg, some events Quad will be at, but I do wonder if Greg is okay being around Quad, but he know Quad ain't okay with him being around, and so for that reason, he just don't come around because he like I don't feel like dealing with it because, as he said before, he feels like she will always make it seem like he's the horrible person and she's the innocent person. Not that he isn't a bad person for cheating, but she's not innocent. Okay, she's not innocent. Anyway, I like how Eugene was saying it's not fair that we have to pick between them two, and for the most part, we've always picked Quad. That's not fair because, truth be told, they friends with them both. Mm-hmm. So at that point in time, Andy asked Red, like, what do you hope comes from this conversation between you and Quad? Like, because y'all haven't talked in a while, so what do you hope comes from this? He said, hopefully, what I'm saying, some truth and then some peace. So basically, peace and honesty. And that's how it goes off. So, I mean, like, it was a good part two, but I mean, I'm just like, what's going to be in part three? We shall see. That rhymed. What's gonna be in part 3? We shall see. Okay, I'm done because it's 4:03 and I can be in bed in 10 minutes. Yes, I can. Peace.
He's like love, love, love.